Scott and Tracy Lewis came to Massachusetts. I signed up, and then basically in the first week of January, it was cold, it was freezing, there was ice on the ground. They didn't care. They came from Texas, right? They came to Massachusetts. I booked a restaurant right in Newton Center here in Boston. I booked it for 4 hours, and I served lunch 2 hours at a time. Basically Friday from 11 to 1, and then Friday from 1 to 3. Saturday, 11 to 1, Saturday, 1 to 3. And I had 4 sessions, and I invited everybody who would come. And here's my script. Here's my script. And you guys got to learn this. You can teach your people, and you can do it right now, even if you've been in this business for a year. Hey, I've come across a business opportunity, a real estate platform that is radically changing the face of real estate. I'm about to make a massive move. Okay? And I can't tell you about it until this Friday or Saturday. Which time is better for you? If you want to learn about it, I want to make sure you heard it first from me. Lunch is on me. That's what I did. And I packed that restaurant for those 2 days, 15 person per session. I went through 60 people, and in 45 days, I found my 6 full qualifiers to get me to basically earn $16,000 a year in passive income. Now, I tried that recently, that line, and people are like, what? You're going to leave EXP? I'm like, I can't tell you. I'm making a massive move. I'm making a massive move. You want to hear about it. Guess what I did? The massive move was launching commercial. The massive move was launching Mexico. The massive move was launching Portugal. The massive move was launching France. Everything new is a massive move. It's all mindset, right? It's all mindset, ladies and gentlemen, all right? So I'm telling you, your excitement comes through and people will follow you, okay? So in the first week, I showed it to 60 people, right? That was that lunch and learn that I did. What are you guys gonna do? How many people you show it to jumpstart your business? Okay, and then in the next 90 days, I showed it to 12 people each and every week for the first 3 months. That means 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day for the next 3 months. All right, and then these days, from here on out, all I do is I share the opportunity to 2 people per day, each and every day, compel a high water. I am gonna have 2 brand new conversations. Okay. So let's talk about that.
Can I ask a quick question, Tom?
Yes,
on that? So these are the same people in that group that you started first, and then you narrow it down. Is that right?
Say that again.
Yes. So you started, right, with the first week, you had 60 people, and then the second week, then of those, the same people in that group that you call more.
No, brand new people, brand new people.
Okay.
All this is every day. You know, every day, guys, my goal is before my pillow hits the bed, every single day for the past 3 years, I have to have 2 new conversations with 2 brand new agents that I have not talked to.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
My list, I'm on my second book with names. Got it? I'm telling you, this is what it's going to take to get to 500 agents fast. There's no way around it. Okay, when Scott Lewis and Gene Frederick get on, we'll ask them how many people they talk to per day to get to their first 500. Let's see what they say, okay? I think I know what the answer is because they told me what I needed to do, which is 2 a day. Right? So let's talk about it. How hard is it, guys, to talk to 2 new agents a day? Who thinks it's hard to talk to new agents a day? Okay, a few. Okay, 2 of you says hard. So the rest of you saying it's easy. Those who think it's easy to talk to 2 new agents a day, open up your microphone and share, please.
Go to Starbucks.
Go to Starbucks? I'm not sure you can find agents at Starbucks.
I'll tell you about the Starbucks challenge.
Real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to go to that Starbucks if there's agents hanging out. Okay.
It's regional, but yeah, I'll tell you about the Starbucks challenge.
Okay, come on, guys. Would you be making 2 calls a day?
I think if you're committed, you can make 2 calls a day, especially during this time where, you know, everyone is on is home, right? So if you are not afraid of phone calls, you can make 2 calls a day. To me, that's not difficult. It's what to say.
Francisco.
Something that I'm doing is for the people that don't answer the phone, just send them a text, just inviting them to have the coffee and talk about business, how you can improve your business. So that's working for me. A lot of people doesn't answer, but some people answer back. So pretty much I focus on that, on the people that is open to listen to something new.
Thank you. Spencer Hu, then Lisa Parento. You have your hands raised.
Yep. So I've been sick for the last 1.5 weeks, but before I was sick, I was basically posting kind of semi-ambiguous posts on social, and I was booking basically 2 to 5 calls per day doing that, kind of sharing kind of what Tom was doing originally when you were starting out as well.
Awesome, Spencer. And tell me, what kind of conversations are you having now that they've called you because they responded to your social media post?
So for my story, I've been basically with Remax for the last 15 years. So sharing that I basically was a lifer with Remax and making this huge move, and just sharing kind of the reasons why making this move, and basically a year ago why it would not have happened. And within the last 6 months, just the changes that have happened have been a big eye-opener. You see a lot of big things happening, of course, all of us that are with EXP. And kind of planting that seed, kind of like you have been doing with everyone. And I would not be here if you had not shared that so early on.
That's right. And I showed Spencer this program probably 2.5 years, maybe 2 years and 9 months ago, right, Spencer?
Yep, it was a very, very long time ago.
Right. And wait till we talk about follow through and follow up. It is so important. Lisa Parento, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to say that my, I had some. I would talk to agents all the time because I'm kind of busy and I'm really connected. So I'm definitely talking to people all the time. But I was still feeling a lot of discomfort around talking about EXP, and I think as I've grown more committed and excited to that idea that I'd feel terrible if you didn't hear about this thing, because this thing's amazing. I feel that more truthfully, and also as the more I learn about how I think I'm comfortable doing this, the more it's all about relationship building right now. So I'm good with that. You know, I try to take every opportunity to slip in. Like this morning, one of the gals I was talking to, who I don't really know, was asking me how I got my Bitmoji to have holiday stuff. And I was like, blah, blah, blah. But then I took a screenshot in the world the other day of my holiday garb in front of the tree. By the way, that's really cool if you take a picture of yourself, turn your avatar around in front of that big tree. It's kind of cool. So I said that to her, and I said, oh, you know, my company, so I'm trying to like find ways to get it in there in some of those initial conversations, knowing that it's not a quick close. That's my struggle. You know, Scott Lewis keeps telling me, stop trying to close everybody. That's, my problem of life.
Well, Lisa, thank you for saying that. Guys, it is not hard for you to have 2 conversations a day. What Lisa just said is make sure you let that sink in. I'm not asking you to call them to recruit them. No, I'm asking you to call just to make a friend, just to say hello, just to ask about them and their business. Whatever they're posting on their timeline, just care about them. That is it. And you hang up and they're like, wow, that was cool. That was out there. That wasn't normal. And their mind's gonna start thinking, why did he call me? Why did she call me? They're gonna say, oh, they're with EXP. They start doing their own research, right? You don't have to recruit them, guys. I'm challenging you to just do 2 phone calls a day just to catch up with people. I use this line all the time. Lisa, it's Tom Truong. I am so sorry. It's been so long since I called you or even picked up or even texted you or commented in your Facebook, but your Facebook recently just caught my eye. How are you? How are you doing? I see that you've been installed as the president for, CRS. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. That's it. Hey, if there's anything that I can ever do for you, please let me know. If you need to go on vacation, or you need to cover a showing, I have a team that can help you cover. I'm not looking for anything, just want to help you out, right? If you're in a bind and you got a listing and you just landed a listing and it's not in your neck of the woods, it's in my neck of the woods, I'd be happy to help you put up a sign for you. And those are the type of conversations that we serve and we deserve, right? Barbara Legg, you have your hands raised.
Yeah, good morning. So I have my camera off because it's early out here and I'm still doing my makeup. Anyway, I don't know how many people on here listen to Brian Buffini, but he just on Tuesday did his bold predictions for 2021. Here's an interesting fact. Even Lawrence Yun was on that podcast with him. And they all said, you need to start connecting with other agents because there's going to be some massive moves in 2021. People are leaving their current location and they're moving out of state. They're moving, across town, not across town, but like other areas of their state. So it's imperative to make connections with other agents. So that's one of my talking pieces when I'm going to be talking to agents. So, and I'm actually sending them the link to the podcast so they can hear what he has to say. So important.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, point on. I'm going to beat a dead horse one more time and we'll move on to the next topic, right? Guys, so there was a social media post that I followed this agent. She was crushing it. She kept posting on another closing, another closing, another closing. I liked it. I commented it. Congratulations, blah, blah. And then she posts, I just got licensed in another state in Florida. She's licensed in North Carolina. She's licensed in Georgia. And now she's licensed in Florida. She goes, I just got my license in Florida. That was my time now to move in. I Facebook messaged her. I says, hey, we're Facebook friends, blah, blah, blah. I see that you're now licensed in 3 states. Congratulations. Have you thought about where you're going to park your license in Florida? She goes, no, I'm actually interviewing. What do you think? Boom. That was my opening to show her the EXP model and started off by catching her attention that did you know that with EXP, we have a $16,000 cap, and that cap is in all 3 states. You have to log into just one website. It's your personalized website. We can feed the 3 MLSs from all 3 states into your KV Core lead generation website. You don't have to deal with one accounting department, one company, one email. How easy would your life be? Isn't your life harder right now when you have to deal with 2 different brokerages, 2 different compensation plans? Now you're going to add a 3rd. So she's making the move. Got it? When you understand this program and all of the benefits, you will find ways to have intelligent, honest conversations with people. It's not about selling, it's about helping them out, making their lives easier, helping them keep more money. Right? All right. Now, to have these conversations, you have to master everything that is going on in the business, right? Have you guys dove into all of the files, all of the videos, all of the posts on Team Disruptor and on Expert Attraction and everything on EXP World, right? Have you? Right? This recruiting, agent attraction, is no different, guys, than going on a listing appointment. Remember, we are listing agents instead of listing houses. Would you dare go on a listing appointment and not know what is going on in the market, not know what the comparables are, not know how much things are selling for? Who would you be competing with? Would you do that? You might, and you're probably not a good listing agent, and you're going to get laughed out the door. Some other rock stars are going to get the listing, right? So do you know everything about the EXP Realty model? Can you show it? I know the answer. Most of you cannot. Why not? If you go on a listing appointment, are you going to ask some other agent to do the listing presentation while you sit back and hope that they sign the dotted line putting your name on the listing?
%100 agree in that, Tom. You gotta know it, internalize it, if you don't have to answer, you can always jump on a 3-way call with Tom, with the leaders that is doing it, with Dick Lee, with anyone that you choose on there.
Right.
Don't be afraid to build that relationship. Everything goes back to those two things, relationship and timing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Guys, I'm not, so the title of this training seminar, this 6 hours, is to build an organization of 500 people. If your goal is not to have an organization of 500 people and making $300,000 a year in passive income, hang up now, go. I'm not going to be offended, because I know only 1 out of 20 is going to pull through to do this. Out of my 540 agents, just 5% are going to get there. All right, just 5%. 27 or so, 25 to 27 of you will get to 500. The rest will never, ever, ever get there, because you're not doing the stuff I'm asking you and teaching you to do. This call is about getting to 500 as fast as possible. Okay, you have to learn the presentation, and you have to start showing it, right? The more you start showing it, the more confidence you get. And guess what? The cool thing is, guys, they don't know the difference. Even if you mess up, they don't know the difference. You know more than them, no matter what. When I started showing this thing, I made stuff up. It's a funny story. So I was telling the story about Rob Flick for at least a year before I met him in person. So I met Rob Flick. I said, Rob, I've been telling your story, man. He goes, what story have you been telling? So I told him the story. He goes, Tom, that's not me. That's somebody else. He goes, but forget it. Don't change it. Keep doing what you're doing. It's okay. You get that? It's just the freaking excitement. All right? And they don't know, but they don't know better. All right. So, and then, so you can dive into all these tools. I mean, I work so hard, Rio and everybody else works so hard to post this stuff for you. It's there for you. It's there for you to grow and build, right? Dive into it, learn the lingo. Listen to all of the different EXP explained. There's so many rock star EXP explained who do it a lot better than I do. That's why they have an organization of 1,000 and 3,000 and 6,000 instead of 500. So I'm telling you, if you want to get to 6,000, listen to their EXP explained, because they got there, right? And then make sure that you, when you're attracting agents and sharing this program, make sure that you have to promote the sales side of the organization. About 5 to 10% get into this business to take advantage of the revenue share program, but about 90 to 95% just want to sell more houses, earn more money, keep more of it, get the stock, because everyone can buy the stock at a 5%, tuck away 5% to buy it at a 10% discount. And that is their way to retirement, right? A stock. None of those things have to do with agent attraction, by the way, right? Did you guys catch that? We have so much to offer. We never have to bring up recruiting if we don't want to. 90% of them will still join the organization without ever learning about revenue share. Let that sink in for a second. So you think you're going to recruit them so they can build an organization. No. 9 out of 10 just want to do the other things except rev share. So can you speak about everything else except rev share? Inside and out. When you close your first transaction, how much stocks do we get? $200. No, $200 worth of stock. When you cap, how much stock do you get? $400. When you bring an agent in and they close for their first transaction, how much stock do you get? Tanya?
400.
400. I've been doing this trick recently, and it works like a charm. Watch this trick. I get to the revenue share part, and it says, now most agents will close at least one transaction. The mediocre ones will cap. They sell $3 million a year, they'll cap. So that's 200 plus 200 plus 400 is 600. And then if they just bring in one agent, and that agent closes the transaction, they get another $400. Doing the first two things, they get $1,000 worth of stock. And I basically pull out my calculator and I say, here, look, last year I had over 100 agents who did this, and they got $1,000 worth of stock last year. And then last year, the average stock was $9 per share. If you guys aren't doing this, you should learn what I'm doing. I'm telling you, if people pay attention, they don't check their phone when I do this. So they get 111 shares last year. Today, the stock is trading at $58. $58 times 111 shares is $6,444. Let me ask you, how much stock do you own in your company?
I love this.
And can you sell that? I have over 100 agents in my organization last year who did that. And just for doing the right thing, they are sitting on $6,000 worth of stock. Instead of in the old company, the maximum that they would have gotten is a $25 gift certificate to Starbucks.
$60 a share, Tom.
$60 a share, Dan McCarthy. Thank you very much. Look at that, right? Craziness. All right, so you have to know your stuff, guys.